Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Lalima Aneja Dang with the Midday News. The headlines. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar says India is seen as a strong economy and the one that solves problems. Union Home Minister Amit Shah says government took various initiatives to improve housing satisfaction ratio of the Central Armed Forces. 9 people killed and several injured in a bus accident at Navsari in Gujarat. Prime Minister expresses grief. Government imposes ban on construction and demolition activities in the National Capital Region as air quality worsens. Fresh spell of cold wave likely to hit northern plains during the next 4 to 5 days. And Koneru Humpy wins India's first ever silver medal at the World Blitz Chess Championship in Almaty, Kazakhstan. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said India is seen as a country with a strong economy and an independent nation. He said there are lots of expectations from New Delhi as it is seen as the one that solves problems. He said this during an interaction with the Indian community at Larnaca in Cyprus yesterday. He said he believes in firmness in diplomacy and in foreign policy. Dr. Jaishankar said there is no compromise on the core issues. Referring indirectly to Pakistan, he said terrorism cannot be used as a tool to force India on the negotiating table. The minister said India wants good neighbourly relations with everybody, but good neighbourly relations do not mean excusing and looking away or rationalizing terrorism.
We have been very clear that we will never allow terrorism to force us to the negotiating table. We want good neighborly relations with everybody. But good neighborly relations does not mean excusing or looking away or rationalizing terrorism. That we are very clear. The second, of course, is our borders. Today, the state of our relations with China are not normal. They are not normal because we will not agree to any attempt to change the line of actual control unilaterally.
On relations with China, the External Affairs Minister said they are not normal. He added that India will not agree to any attempt to change the line of actual control unilaterally. He said the country is facing challenges on its borders and these challenges have intensified during the COVID period. On Indian diaspora, Dr. Jaishankar said the Modi government has been very clear since the beginning that Indians abroad are a great source of strength to the motherland. He added that the obligation of India is really to take care of them to the best possible ability, especially in the most difficult situations. Dr. Jaishankar is on a visit to Cyprus till the 3rd of next month. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said that the government has taken various initiatives to improve the housing satisfaction ratio of the Central Armed Forces. The Home Minister said this while laying the foundation stone for Central Detective Training Institute and Bureau of Police Research and Development in the Bengaluru Rural District today. Mr. Shah informed that 31,000 houses are built, 17,000 are under construction and 15,000 are under approval. Explaining the crucial role played by the Bureau of Police Research and Development, BPR&D, Mr. Shah said that the police need to adapt to changing social scenario.
पुलिस की प्रणालीगत और प्रक्रियात्मक सुधार होना ये निरंतर प्रक्रिया होनी चाहिए। रिसर्च के परिणामों के आधार पर, रिसर्च के रिजल्ट पर स्ट्रेटेजी बनाना यह भी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होता है। संस्थानों के बीच में सहयोग खड़ा करना, संगोष्ठियों का नया सिलसिला शुरू करना और बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस और चैलेंजेस के एक्सचेंज के माध्यम से सभी पुलिस बलों को परिपूर्ण बनाना ये भी बहुत जरूरी है।
Mr. Shah also inaugurated the Housing and Administrative Office of Indo-Tibetan Border Police. He said, till date, 35 lakh Ayushman cards have been distributed and they have availed medical treatment worth over 20 crore rupees. He praised the valor and courage of the armed forces working under rigorous working conditions. In Gujarat, 9 people were killed and several others injured when a bus collided with a car at Navsari in the wee hours today. Local police said the accident took place on the Ahmedabad-Mumbai highway at around 4 a.m. The injured have been rushed to a hospital for treatment. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed grief over the loss of lives. The Prime Minister has announced an ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees to the next of the kin of those killed from PM's relief fund. The injured would be given 50,000 rupees. Home Minister Amit Shah also offered condolences to the families of those killed. Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia today said that the number of Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi Kendras has crossed 9,000 in the country. In a tweet, Mr. Mandavia said these centres were started with the goal of providing cheap and good medicines to people. He added that today these centres are proving benefits to lakhs of people in every district of the country. Jan Aushadhi scheme was launched by the Department of Pharmaceuticals, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers in November 2008. To give further impetus to the scheme, it was renamed as Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana, that is PMBJP, in 2016. The government has set the target to open 10,500 Jan Aushadhi Kendras all over the country by March 2025 to provide high-quality medicine at affordable prices. The BJP has said Congress leader Rahul Gandhi is in dreamland following his comments that if the opposition stands effectively, it will be very difficult for the BJP in the next Lok Sabha polls. Talking to AIR News, party spokesperson Shahnawaz Hussain asserted that Narendra Modi will again become Prime Minister after the elections. Mr. Hussain added that the opposition has many contenders for the Prime Minister's post.
विपक्ष में तो कई उम्मीदवार हैं जो अपने आप को मन बनाए हुए बैठे हुए हैं, चाहे वो केसीआर हो, ममता बनर्जी हो या हमारे बिहार के नीतीश कुमार जी हो, और दूसरी तरफ कमलनाथ जी कह रहे हैं कि वो विपक्ष के राहुल गांधी जी उम्मीदवार होंगे। तो राहुल जी कुछ भी कर लें, अगले प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ही लोकसभा चुनाव के बाद होंगे।
Earlier, the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi had criticized the government over the issue of price rise, unemployment and foreign policy, saying the opposition has to go to the people with an alternative vision to defeat the BJP. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The government has imposed a ban on construction and demolition activities in the National Capital Region, NCR, as the air quality has deteriorated in the last 24 hours. Yesterday, the city's average air quality index stood at 399, which is only 2 notches below the severe category. The subcommittee of the Commission for Air Quality Management has invoked Stage 3 of the Graded Response Action Plan in the region. Projects related to rail services and operations, metro projects, airport projects, projects related to national security or defense, projects of national importance and healthcare facilities have been exempted. In Jammu and Kashmir, the police has said that during the year 2022, a total of 172 terrorists, including 42 foreigners, were eliminated in 93 encounters across the Union territory. Additional Director General of Police, Kashmir Zone, Vijay Kumar, said that among the eliminated terrorists, 108 terrorists belong to Lashkar-e-Toiba and TRF, 35 of Jaish-e-Mohammed, 22 terrorists belong to Hizbul Mujahideen and 7 to other outfits. In Ladakh, Lieutenant Governor R.K. Mathur directed the agencies that proposed Ladakh tunnels should be built with green energy and also reduce distances. The LG reviewed the progress of detailed project reports and alignments of 5 tunnels across major mountain passes, Ki La, Khardung La, Fotu La, Namika La and Hamboting La in Ladakh. The 2 tunnels between Leh and Kargil districts are expected to reduce the time and distance with all-weather connectivity. Mr. Mathur also instructed the agencies to prepare DPRs for minimal impact on the environment even during the construction. Under the aegis of our year-ender series, the News Services Division of All India Radio brings an exclusive interview of Dr. Subhash Sarkar, Union Minister of State for Education, on the key initiatives and achievements of the ministry. In the interview, Dr. Sarkar shared a detailed overview of initiatives approved and implemented by the Education Ministry to strengthen the education sector in India.
In the year 2022, for the first time, entrance tests conducted in 13 languages for admission in 90 universities, ranking of all higher education institutions in the top 400 QS ranking has improved. For enhancing participation of girls in technical education, total of 9,244 fresh students benefited from this scheme in 2021-22.
This interview can be heard on FM Gold channel tonight from 7:10 p.m. onwards in Surkhiyon Mein and from 9:15 p.m. onwards in Spotlight. This interview will also be available on our website newsonair.gov.in and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. The growth rate in the production of 8 core sectors has jumped to 5.4% in November against 3.2% in the corresponding month last year. In October 2022, the core sector's output growth stood at 0.9%. The production growth of 8 infrastructure sectors stood at 8% during April-October this fiscal compared to 13.9% a year ago. Government has increased interest rates on various small savings schemes for the fourth quarter of the current financial year starting from the 1st of January 2023. The interest rate in the 5-year National Savings Certificate has been increased to 7% from 6.8%. The Finance Ministry said the interest rate on Senior Citizen Savings Scheme has been increased to 8% from 7.6%. The monthly income account saving has also been increased to 7.1% from 6.7%. North Korea today fired 3 short-range ballistic missiles towards the sea to the east of the Korean peninsula in the wee hours. The South Korea's military has said the missile's launch is a grave provocation that undermines peace and stability on the Korean peninsula as well as the international community. Japan's Coast Guard earlier said that 1 missile had fallen into the sea. However, Washington said the latest missile launches do not pose an immediate threat to the U.S. or its allies. The development comes days after North Korea flew drones into South Korea's airspace for the first time since 2017. North Korea has launched more missiles this year than ever before. Earlier this month, the U.S. and its Asian allies imposed sanctions on 3 senior North Korean officials associated with the country's recent missile tests. The World Health Organization chief has defended the decision of countries introducing restrictions in response to China's COVID-19 surge as understandable. In view of the lack of information from Beijing, WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus urged China to be more forthcoming on the pandemic situation in the country. He said on Twitter to make a comprehensive risk assessment of the COVID-19 situation on the ground in China, WHO needs more detailed information. His comments came after several nations are imposing COVID tests on travelers from China. France, Spain, South Korea and Israel have joined countries imposing COVID tests on travelers from China. Fresh spell of cold wave is likely to start in the northwest India from tomorrow. India Met Department IMD said cold wave conditions are likely in Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh and North Rajasthan during the next 4 to 5 days. IMD said due to light winds and high moisture near the surface over Indo-Gangetic plains, dense fog is likely in many pockets over Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and North Rajasthan. Koneru Humpy has won India's first ever silver medal in the Midday World Blitz Chess Championships in Almaty, Kazakhstan. She defeated China's Zhongye Tan in the 17th and final round. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur has congratulated Humpy for winning the silver medal. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines again. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar says India is seen as a strong economy and the one that solves problems. Union Home Minister Amit Shah says government took various initiatives to improve housing satisfaction ratio of Central Armed Forces. 9 people killed and several injured in a bus accident at Navsari in Gujarat. Prime Minister expresses grief. And Koneru Humpy wins India's first ever silver medal at World Blitz Chess Championship in Almaty. And that's the end of this news bulletin.